My name is Derek. I'm Ryan's older brother. Not Ryan, in case you didn't notice. Growing up with Ryan, I felt it was kind of my responsibility to keep him safe and teach him life lessons, like how to test how deep the snow was by jumping out of our clubhouse. Another time me and Ryan always used to like to play around with our father's knives in our bedroom by chopping up cardboard until the day that Ryan missed the cardboard and almost took his finger off. I also helped Ryan get his first job at SeaWorld Pet Center with Matt and Lisa over here. And we helped to initiate him into the reptile department by having him let all of the animals in the department bite him, including our 3-foot alligator, Alvin. So after working together for a few years, having more fun than actually working, I left to go and start construction. And then a few years later, Ryan also left and started construction. So one day, me and Ryan were just talking. I think it was the second day after we started construction. We were kind of talking about his job and stuff, and I soon learned that I had been doing construction for about 8 or 9 years, and Ryan started 2 days earlier, and he was making more than double what I was making. And then the next part of the conversation, when he asked me if I could teach him how to read a tape measure. So since then, Ryan, he's become an amazing carpenter. I mean, I see some of the stuff he does now, and I'm actually kind of jealous. But just a few weeks ago, we went down the Saco River for Ryan's bachelor party, where I got to hang out a lot with my 2 new brothers and Ryan's new father-in-law. It was an absolutely great family. I couldn't be more happy for them. Shayna, your family is amazing. I see the way that you make Ryan feel and the way he smiles whenever he talks about you, and I couldn't be happier for the both of you. So, congratulations.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone, give it up for the maid of honor, Christina!
A toast to the groom. To the groom. To the bride. To the bride. To the bride.
To our sister, who's always by our side.
Anyway, for those of you who are thoroughly confused, that is just an excerpt from Hamilton, Shayna and I's favorite musical, and more importantly, the only live performance that Ryan has stayed awake through. Accurate. My name is Chrissy. I have the honor of being here today to celebrate 2 of my very best friends, Shayna and Ryan. One of the best nights of my life was the night that Shayna and Ryan got engaged. And it wasn't the moment that Ryan proposed. It was 20 minutes later when Shayna took a knee in my hand and underneath the starlit Dominican sky asked me to be her maid of honor. Ever since that moment, I've thought about this day and what I could possibly say to sum up Shayna and I's friendship. Shayna and I have been inseparable since the day we met in our 6th grade math class. At just 11 years old, I remember staring at her and wondering, wow, how did that girl get her hair to be that big? And where did she find so many shirts with flared sleeves? I have no idea. We didn't talk much until that fateful day that we both received subpar grades on a math test. With tears in our eyes, we looked at each other and commiserated over our awful test scores, and thus began a lifelong friendship and a life filled of school-induced anxiety. So. On the outside, Shayna and I appeared to be opposites. I wore black every day and had an array of chokers that decorated my neck, and every orthodontic appliance known to man. And Shayna, on the other hand, was the blonde, peppy cheerleader who wore a shirt that said, "Is it chicken or is it fish?" About 3 times a week. I know it was. I wanted to wear it, but... Still, we supported each other and leaned on each other when our fellow middle schoolers would call us pencil face and gorilla arms. And we persevered, so much so that we showed everyone our pride with a choreographed routine of "I Will Survive" at our 6th grade talent show. Looking back, this probably didn't help our reputations, but... Our friendship grew stronger as we grew up, but as typical young teens, we did get in our fair share of trouble. I'll never forget the time that Shayna and I took the 1-mile journey from school to my house, despite Laurie and Greg's strict rules against her driving with my teenage sister. After getting caught and crying all of our makeup off just in time for our 8th grade Mardi Gras dance, we decided to retire from our bad girl images. When we both started high school, Shayna at Central and I at PMA, neither of us worried about our friendships withstanding. We still hung out every weekend, but never on school nights. Those were meant for stressing out, crying, and calling each other when we had mental breakdowns. But we still attended each other's school events, so much so that Shayna appeared in the PMA yearbook more than I did. Our crazy high school weekends consisted of building teddy bears together at the Rockingham Mall at our first jobs, and then spending the nights either sitting on my bedroom floor eating panfuls of freezer food, making videos of ourselves doing the wiggle, or driving to the supermarket for the sole purpose of buying chicken wings. At the tail end of our senior years, we said, you know what, let's move away to school, let's step outside of our comfort zones, let's discover ourselves, meet new people. Flash forward 6 months, and there's Shayna and I at Merrimack College's orientation, getting our faces printed on a pair of flip-flops. For the next 4 years, we spent every waking hour together on campus, play rehearsals, and outside of school, too. Eventually, we became sort of like a package deal. If I were cast as a blind stepdaughter in a play, guess who was my blind stepmother? If Shayna was cast as a featured dancer, for some reason, only God knows why, there I was, beside her, stumbling through all the choreography. Through the years, Shayna and I began to notice that our lives were set in parallel motion. We both had dreams of going into education, and today we both work as teachers in the same school district. My favorite thing to do is to ask my 7th graders if they remember Miss Sear from the elementary school. And usually they say, "Oh, is that the one with the big hair?" And I say, "Yeah, she's my best friend." And usually they just shrug and walk away. But some of my favorite memories that I treasure are the ones where I would dress up as a mermaid and you would wear your big yellow gown. And we would spend hours and hours making home video. Oh, and I'm not talking about Shayna anymore. I'm talking about Ryan. Ryan has held the title of my big brother since the day I was born. As neighbors, we spent every day together. We played together outside, rode bikes, rollerblading, swam, played basketball. We even had a special call that we would yell from our houses to ask each other to come out and play. Do you remember it, Ryan? Yeah. Do it. That's it. At night, we would eat ice cream and play hide and go seek in the dark. And I still have nightmares of being designated it and begging Ryan and everyone else to yell Pete from the bushes because I was too scared to wander the yard alone. And so sitting in front of me today, I have 2 people who entered my life as friends that have become my family. When Shayna and I reflect on how things have worked out, it seems hard to believe, and yet it makes so much sense. I never thought that the girl with the big hair and the big sleeves and the pudgy boy who had a love for animals would one day be sitting in front of me married, but here we are. And although seemingly opposite, Shayna and Ryan complete each other in so many ways. Shayna's big hair makes up for Ryan's lack thereof. And Ryan's rugged hunting persona can protect Shayna from even the biggest of spiders. Well, I should probably start wrapping this up because, Ryan, I know it's way past your bedtime. So, Shayna and Ryan, I love you both so much. Remember this day and the love that surrounds you. I know that you will always be there for each other throughout your lives. And even if there are some bumps in the road, I know that the love you guys share will fix it. And perhaps a few tall glasses of wine, too. So, to Shayna and Ryan, cheers. You can have it. You could have that.